All right, what is up, everybody? Fight Hype live, this time live from the Airbnb in Ocean Beach, San Diego, the night before Chocolatito versus Julio Cesar Martinez. But tonight we got Jose Ramirez taking on Jose Pedraza. Not quite Mexico versus Puerto Rico, but of course we know Jose Ramirez reps his Mexican heritage a lot, coming from Fresno, California. Coming back from his first ever professional defeat where he came up short for the undisputed titles against two-division champion Jose Pedraza, who's been formidable at 140 pounds, beating guys like Ray Beltran at 140 pounds, just beat an undefeated fighter his last fight, Elvis. Can't quite remember the last name right now. Did my man True School remember Elvis? Julian Hammerhand Rodriguez. That's right. I'm thinking Elvis because of Elvis Rodriguez from the Dominican Republic. But Julian Rodriguez from New Jersey, that's who Pedraza just beat, a good, hungry, undefeated kid. So, Pedraza with a little momentum heading into this, a top 10, super lightweight, really top 7. And Ramirez just one fight removed from fighting for all 4 belts. So this should be a good fight here, a good fight between two guys with a lot in the tank. We'll see who's on his way to another title shot. I get the sense that whoever wins this fight tonight, Ramirez Pedraza, will probably wind up fighting for a vacant WBC title when Josh Taylor eventually either vacates or moves up. A good fight here. A good fight between two guys with a lot in the tank. We'll see who's... Oh, excuse me, everybody. Oh, had a little audio in the back. Okay, we are good. But yeah, Ramirez still with... we'll see what comes. We'll see what comes of this fight here tonight. But... we'll see who has more in the tank, but Ramirez, former unified champion, just came up. Well, not just came up short. He lost clear to Josh Taylor, but I do expect whoever wins tonight to face probably Zepeda, Jose Zepeda, for a vacant WBC title. I just feel like that's what we're in store for. Should Taylor either vacate, move up, something like that. And Taylor has talked about that will probably be his last fight at 140 pounds, his last fight. So now here comes Jose Pedraza to the ring. This is an eccentric cat. His last fight, he came out to Dragon Ball Z Super or Dragon Ball Super's theme. This fight, he's got his nails painted, and partly, for his daughter. At first, I thought it was for the Ukraine because the nails looked like they were yellow and blue. But yeah, he is carrying out the Ukrainian flag tonight along with the Puerto Rican flag. So he's supporting that. Pedraza, very classy dude. Only losses are to Tank Davis, Lomachenko, and Jose Zepeda. So very good fighter. Lost one fight apiece at each weight class. So lost at 30 to Tank, lost at 35 to Lomachenko in a unification, and lost to Zepeda in a competitive but clear loss. That was a very chess match kind of fight where Zepeda was a step ahead. Better puncher, more natural 140-pounder. But here's Pedraza in the ring now. One of the guys, one of the top guys for the island of Puerto Rico this last half decade or so. He's really carved out a very respectable career for himself. He still stands as Gervonta Davis's best win of his pro career so far, a win that Tank really likes to still hang his hat on from 2017. And Pedraza really he's fought a lot more technically smart fights since losing to Tank. And that fight, to Tank's credit, Tank made that happen. But Pedraza gave up his height sooner in that fight and earlier in that fight than people thought he needed to. And Tank eventually got him out of there. But since then, he hasn't been stopped yet. And he's made really good use of his attributes, his height. He calls himself the sniper, good straight shots up the middle, good timing. And so he'll look to disrupt Jose Ramirez's aggression and rhythm tonight. And here comes Ramirez to the ring now in his hometown of Fresno. The crowd is real dark, so I can't see, but I imagine he's got that place probably 3/4 filled up at least, maybe sold out. And Ramirez in that last fight with Taylor, I thought Ramirez was going to win that fight heading into it. He looked great against Hooker, but I feel like he allowed Taylor to have a mental edge against him heading into this fight. And I saw in the pre-fight with Mark Kriegel, they touched on that a little bit. But I remember after the weigh-in, he said, he was genuinely hurt by Josh Taylor that he said I thought he was a gentleman and I was wrong. And while I was respectful of how genuine Jose's character was, that he took to heart that much being a gentleman in his character and believing he saw it in someone else. It was, what are you doing worrying about if he's a gentleman or not? This guy wants to knock your block off for the undisputed titles. And he played a little too nice. And then literally the next night in the fight, he played too nice. He didn't protect himself at all times in the clinch, and he got dropped on an uppercut. And he lost that fight. So we'll see what Jose has tonight. There's some fighters who, you could think of it as a disrespectful to say, but they already question, Jose's speech at times because of all the wars he's been in. So he's definitely a guy tonight that's gotta show he's still the fighter he was that became WBC and WBO champion. But yeah, stylistically, Pedraza's going to try and be the sniper tonight. Disrupt that aggression of Ramirez. Ramirez, we know, has a great left hook to the body, has a good right hand up top too. Good two-fisted come forward fighter. Underrated hand speed, I think, for a lot of his career. Pedraza, maybe like Victor Postal, when he fought Ramirez and gave him a lot of problems in the first half of their fight, he might be able to fight tall early on and snipe his shots. So we'll just see what we got here, but let's see what's going on with the chat. As I check the chat for the first time tonight, let's take a look. Bless up. Thanks for calling the fight. Appreciate you, B-Doy. 34. Boxing is a gentleman's sport, said Jaguar. I mean, I agree. Historically, I think it's I love the class that a Muhammad Ali would exhibit, Foreman when he got older, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya. There's definitely the class of a great champion that I've always loved in boxing. Floyd, whenever he wanted to turn the class on and not turn on the talk to sell the fight, he could be very classy. So I always love that about the great fighters. They kind of have this old school class that's a lost art in today's men, even myself included, my generation. But in terms of it being a gentleman's sport, once it's time to fight, that's when it's time to be a dog. And Josh Taylor brought that mentality a lot better than Jose Ramirez did to that night. He brought that edge, that mental edge to the fight, and I think it helped him against Ramirez. Why is the fight so late? That's what I'm thinking, Peter Bill. Man, I expected this. I thought I'd be done commentating by tonight, by about an hour ago. But Shaggy Sean, I'm ready to knock your block off. Let's go 3 rounds for pound Media King. Loser hangs up the camera. Trill Family 806. I might have 1 round for you. I don't got 3 rounds with the lifestyle of a boxing reporter and not a fighter and not nothing like that. I got 3 good minutes for you. And then once that gas tank is out, I'm not just going to let you beat me up for the next 6 minutes. So maybe we could do something for 3 minutes, bro. So I still got a little, something, but for 3 minutes, that's it. So Ramirez now getting introduced for his home crowd. He's in shape. Ramirez's back is cut up. His body is cut up. He looks in tremendous shape for this fight. And he talked about this fight not being so nice. Maybe he's like his Alice Cooper for my rock fans out there. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Maybe we get some of that tonight from Ramirez. But let's see. AJ Celestine. What up, Sean? Appreciate your consistent coverage of boxing. And thank you, man. I appreciate you just rocking with us and tuning in tonight. So looking forward to this bell ringing and getting the action called. Pink and green trunks for Pedraza, green gloves. Again, Pedraza, eccentric cat. He wore the Dragon Ball Super all over his trunks last time with the theme. Tonight, paints his nails for Ukraine and his daughter, wearing pink and green. Ramirez, usually decked out in his red trunks, red gloves. And let's see what we get tonight from the former WBC, WBO champion. This is a dude I remember fighting on the same card as Oscar Valdez on the Brandon Rios, Mike Alvarado rematch in Vegas, and knowing he was going to be a world champion, both of them that night. Here we go. Ramirez, round 1. Pedraza, Ramirez starting on that front foot in the center ring as expected. Trying to shift his weight on the front foot around. Misses his first jab. Bangs his gloves forward after missing it. Ramirez with the pressure immediately. Throws a right hand. Pedraza with the gloves up to get it, but Ramirez making his presence felt early in the fight right away. Pedraza, hands up. Looking to figure things out in there to start. Moves to his left. Ramirez, good jab up top. Good jab to the body. Jab to the body landed clean. Jab up top was blocked. Ramirez bending down a little bit. Lets go of a couple left hands. Pedraza lets his first left hand go there. Jab parried by Ramirez. Pedraza back near the ropes. Dips out. Back still near the ropes, but gets in the center of the ring now. Lets go of a right hand. Slides out. Solid defense by Ramirez, catching there. Good right hand to the body, and then Ramirez just misses with a left hook up top. Solid combination there. Ramirez just short with a right hand up top. Ramirez not just rushing in here. Pedraza tries to get to the body there. Good jab by Pedraza. And Ramirez fires back 3 or 4 shots, gets in a left to the body. Good right hand to the body by Pedraza there. Good accuracy on that shot. Good body work by Ramirez there. Left hook just a little bit under the elbow. Tries it again. This time is blocked by Pedraza. And then a jab by Ramirez. Minute left in the round. Pedraza blocking up, covering up for a 3 or 4 punch combination by Ramirez then. Solid defense, but good work by Ramirez. Pedraza shoots a right hand to the body after a jab, shoots another jab. Solid defense by Ramirez. Neither fighter really landing anything too clean yet to start in round 1. Good jab by Ramirez, though, after making Pedraza miss a right hand. Ramirez a little more active here on the front foot. Solid technical feeling. Oh, good little check left hook by Pedraza there, and then a right hand to the body. But Ramirez moving his head as he comes in round 1. And then a nice combination near the end. 1-2s fired with Pedraza forced to kind of stay in the corner there. Partially block the shots, but let them get in there. 10-9 for Ramirez in round 1. Pedraza not quite settled into his rhythm. Ramirez, moving him around even when he's not landing, letting go of 3 or 4 shots at once as Pedraza was able to have some solid defense, but thought Ramirez came out on the front foot and took that round a little bit 10-9. What says you, my man, my co-judge over here, True School? How'd you score that first round? Ramirez, 10-9. General says, "Come on, Jose, my boy." General, you just gotta specify which Jose it is tonight, because it is Pedraza and Ramirez are both Jose. Let's see. All right, back to the action. All right, round 2. And Pedraza starts with a good jab there. Didn't get backed up to start round 2. Good right hand and then a left right after it by Jose Ramirez. He shot a 2-1 there, kind of. Straight right hand followed by a straight left. Pedraza shifting around, steps to his left. Nice 3-punch combination. Shoots a jab up top, then a jab to the body and a right hand to the body for Pedraza. Ramirez trying to come over the top with a right hand. Gets a little bit of the back of the head, the side of the head of Pedraza, but Pedraza able to block a lot of it. Now Ramirez fires with Pedraza against the ropes. Solid defense from Pedraza tonight so far. Ramirez short with a 1-2. Short with another 1-2, and Pedraza circles off the ropes, but that does count to the judges when you're able to fire against a guy, even when he's catching some of the shots. Good little right hand there by Pedraza. Left hand. Pedraza switched southpaw now and landed a nice little left hand set up by his jab. Pedraza southpaw. Good little right hook for Pedraza out of the southpaw stance. That was a lead right hook. Pedraza maybe finding something here at southpaw. Ramirez, though, shoots over the top of that southpaw jab with a left hand and lands it. Ramirez dipping his head down. Good left hook to the body by Ramirez, but Pedraza gets it back in the center of the ring after taking it. Left to the body by Pedraza out of the southpaw stance. Ramirez got Pedraza where he wants him, but Pedraza, nice left hand to the body to get off the ropes. Pedraza kind of using that shoulder to get Ramirez off of him, off the ropes, get a little separation, but Ramirez still on top of Pedraza. Pedraza near the corner. Ramirez dipping his head around a little bit. But good defense by Pedraza, slipping a nice left hook there, turning it with his shoulder. And now back in the center of the ring as Pedraza shoots a left hand to the stomach, gets it in. Ramirez misses with the counter uppercut. Nice jab by Pedraza, but the left misses. Ramirez fires back. Good jab by Ramirez. Nice 1-2 by Pedraza. Pedraza doing a decent job near the ropes, not letting the pressure suffocate him. Close round here in the second. Good right hook there by Pedraza. Good jab to the body by Pedraza, doing some decent stuff out of the southpaw stance, and he slips a left hook good along the ropes. That could be a Pedraza round. That was a close round. Pedraza felt like he got a little bit more of the effective work, but Ramirez in a close round, especially at home, staying on top of the guy, being the more aggressive guy, being first a lot of the time, that could get him that kind of close round at home. I suspect he may have gotten that round on the cards, but tough round to score. The second round, definitely a swing round. I'll give the edge to Pedraza on clean, effective punching, but my co-judge here thinks Pedraza clearly won that round, but just like Catterall and Josh Taylor, sometimes you score the rounds how you want to score them, but sometimes you score them in mind with how you think the judges are probably actually scoring at ringside. And it was a close enough round with Ramirez being at home and being able to flurry where the judges can't always see what's landing. Sometimes that stuff scores enough to win you the round. But Pedraza was a little cleaner with his work. So I got this 1-1, 19-19 after 2. Here we go in round 3. Pedraza staying in that southpaw stance now to start the third. Good left hand by Pedraza. Try to shoot it through the guard of Ramirez, and then a 1-2-1 by Pedraza to get started in these first 15 seconds. Ramirez steps in with a combination, but Pedraza, good defense right now tonight. Good right hand to the body by Ramirez, but Pedraza shoots in a short little left to the body back. Pedraza, we know him as the sniper, and right now he is starting to be a little more accurate than Ramirez, and that's what he's known for at this level is his accuracy, Pedraza. And he's a pretty solid adjuster. Good left uppercut by Pedraza right there, and then he shoots another left hand through the guard of Ramirez. Ramirez with a good jab to answer back. Another jab from Ramirez. Ramirez, 3 straight jabs, getting his jab going a little bit, coming forward here. Pedraza shoots right hook, left hand through the center. Ramirez catching it a little bit. But Pedraza feels like he's starting to shoot his shots through the center and sniper, but good right hand by Ramirez. He sweeps it up top. Pedraza shooting the left hand. Ramirez gets his head off the line, but then he eats a couple of left hands without too much on him, but Pedraza just reaching out there to touch him with it. Ramirez trying to step in with a left hook. Pedraza gets underneath it, dips underneath it. A nice 1-2 out of the southpaw stance for Pedraza. Ramirez with a good jab, good left hook to the body, but not able to land the power shots up top. Goes back to the body with a left hook, does Ramirez. Pedraza coming back, with a right uppercut, forced to switch orthodox on the ropes. Solid pressure by Ramirez, but the power shot's not getting in up top. Did get in some good body work there. Ramirez with a big swing and miss with the right hand, and Pedraza trying to shift around, pivot around him, get the angle, get the foot to the outside. Ramirez staying on top of Pedraza, staying consistent. Tries to the body, misses. Good left to the body by Pedraza, and then he turns Ramirez after landing it. Ramirez getting Pedraza near the ropes, but Pedraza looking comfortable. They trade jabs there. Again, Ramirez just off with the right hand, not able to... Pedraza being slick, slipping the power shots up top. Good straight jab by Pedraza. Good round, competitive stuff. I give the round to Pedraza, just a little more accurate. Just shots getting through the guard a little bit more. And Ramirez with some good body work. His best shots were probably the left hook to the body there. But the power shots, Pedraza doing some good slipping and sliding along the ropes, showing some good defense early on. Got this one 29-28 Pedraza. Ramirez in that third round started to look a little hesitant on the trigger at times, trying to find some answers in there. And when you got the aggressive fighter thinking, that's good, because that's not the mode they want to be in. They want to be on like Joe Frazier, just steaming, coming, throwing. And if you're making them think an extra second or two, that favors the guy who's trying to box. And the guy who's trying to box right now is Pedraza. Benjamin Wilkins, bro, is too focused on Pedraza. I thought round 2 was close. This could be 2-1 either way. I could see it for Ramirez, but Ramirez is putting the pressure on well. He's getting him to the ropes and letting his hands go, but I see him starting to struggle right now, landing big shots up top. But that doesn't mean that some of these close rounds that I've scored Pedraza haven't gone his way. The total through 3 rounds favors Ramirez. Ramirez has landed 15 out of 58, Pedraza 8 out of 62, but I don't see that from CompuBox, but here's good work from Ramirez to start. Gets a good shot into the body. Ramirez shoots the right hand. Pedraza slides off the ropes, get away from the left hook, but again, to start the fourth, it's Ramirez in the first minute because he's the one putting the pressure on, staying on the front foot. And in a close round, he could get the benefit of the doubt, especially at home doing that. Nice left to the body by Pedraza, but he misses the right uppercut. Solid head movement by Ramirez there. Pedraza gets underneath. A nice 1-2 by Ramirez, but Ramirez throws a right hand to the body after it. Good right uppercut by Pedraza there. Snuck it in between both fighters opening up. Good left hook to the body by Ramirez. Good jab by Pedraza out of the southpaw stance. Ramirez moving his head side to side, trying to generate something. Shoots a right hand, but gets checked by a right hand by Pedraza there. Pedraza shooting the jab. Ramirez working his head around it. Ramirez shoots 2 jabs. Solid work there. Both fighters center the ring. Pedraza shoots a straight left, misses. Ramirez comes back with an uppercut. Good jab by Pedraza there, though, in the center of the ring. Sharp right jab. About a minute left in this round now, a little less. Good 2 left hands by Ramirez. Shoots the right hand and misses it, but he catches Pedraza with 2 left hooks, kind of left uppercut, left hooks on his way out. Good shot there by Ramirez. Good jab by Pedraza. Pedraza shoots the left. Ramirez able to catch it with his elbows. But then a good jab by Pedraza. But are those jabs going to be enough to win him rounds on the road? When Ramirez is putting the pressure on. Good right hand by Ramirez there. Oh, good combination with Pedraza along the ropes for Ramirez. Good right hand by Ramirez again, and then the left hook after it. Good work by Ramirez now. Some of his best work now, or his best work, period, so far in the fourth. Good work by Ramirez down the stretch of that round. He started to shoot that right hand right through the center, and then fast hands, good combination punching. Vintage Jose Ramirez there in the last 30 seconds. That's the kind of stuff you saw against Mo Hooker, and that made him a champion. Good round for Jose Ramirez. 38-38, could be 39-37 Ramirez. The second round I did score for Pedraza, but it was close. And third round was a little close too, but 38-38, I could see this 39-37 Ramirez. Let's see here. That left hook, says the Urge. Putting work in. Yeah, Pedraza is fighting solid now, but this is I think this round coming up, I think I'd like to see him start to step it up a little bit here now. Round 5, here we go. Pedraza starting boxing. Ramirez, as most of the fight, was starting a little bit on front foot, but they're in the center of the ring now. Little 3-punch combo by Pedraza, 1-2-1. But Ramirez, solid defense, gets out of another 1-2-1 by Pedraza, but solid defense by Ramirez again, both times. ESPN has this one 39-37 Ramirez. I could see that 39-37 or even. But Ramirez, good body attack there. Good left hook to the body. Not getting frustrated. Good right hand to the body there with Pedraza along the ropes. Ramirez swinging a little wild with an overhand right there. Pedraza now, his timing a little off. Shot a couple of 3-punch combos in the first minute here that didn't really felt set up there, and Ramirez got away from him. Ramirez having solid defense this round so far. But he eats a right hook there, just as I say that. And then a good right uppercut and a left hand by Pedraza. But a good jab by Ramirez on the outside after that. Good jab by Ramirez again. Pops Pedraza's head up. Ramirez looking more comfortable here than he did in the third round. Pedraza starting to breathe a little bit. A little something off that last 1-2 from Pedraza. Backing up. Good jab by Ramirez. Short with the left hook after it. Ramirez shoots a right hand in. Another right hand by Ramirez. Just off with it, but getting closer to the target here. Stepping in well. Pedraza misses with the left. Again, Pedraza not accurate this round. Ramirez showing us a decent defense, knowing when to take that one step back when Pedraza fires. Yeah, Ramirez this round staying right on top of Pedraza, but taking a step back like that every now and then when the shot comes, and that's throwing off Pedraza's rhythm. Now he steps in with a combination, but Pedraza's solid defense gets out of the way of it. Not a lot of clean shots this round, but good right hand to the body by Ramirez there. Yeah, good left hand by Pedraza, but not enough. That was a Ramirez round. Ramirez just executing his game plan more there. Staying on top of Pedraza, got into the body, landed a couple of right hands. Not clean, but overhand on him, and able to win that round. 48-47 or 49-46 Ramirez. Pedraza got to step it up a little bit there. Not doing enough to try to win the fight that round. Fought just off the back foot, didn't step into too many shots. Let's see. 3-2 Ramirez, says Sir Wolf. even this round. Is this a title fight? No, this isn't a title fight. But I do think, I just get the vibe that if Ramirez wins this fight, we're going to wind up seeing him versus Zepeda for a vacant WBC title at 140 for their rematch. The Urge Pedraza round. Nah, the judges ain't going to give you a round doing that. What do you got this, True School? 3-2 Ramirez. Round 6. Not a whole lot of clean work from each guys. You know, solid technical fight. Fought at a good level. But no one close to being hurt yet. Nice left hands to the body there by Pedraza. Set up with the jab, but not clean again. But, you know, Ramirez keeping those elbows in tight to block that to the body. Ramirez working his jab, but a nice straight left through the center by Pedraza. Good jab by Ramirez. He's been accurate with his jab at times and knocked Pedraza's head up with it a number of times. He hasn't been able to get the left hook or the right hand in the power shots, but both fighters have had some success with their jabs. I think Ramirez has popped his head up a little bit more with his, though, and more powerful jab from Ramirez. He's very front heavy on that front foot. Ramirez staying patient tonight. Forced to against a veteran like Pedraza, who can take advantage of mistakes. Right there, Ramirez falls in with 2 jabs, but Pedraza doesn't make him pay. Good right hook to the body by Pedraza, but doesn't have the sting on his punches Ramirez has. You know, he used to be a 130-pounder. Pedraza trying to maybe walk Ramirez into something, and Ramirez cognizant of that, not opening up as often as we're used to seeing him here in round 6. Now Pedraza letting his hands go in the center of the ring, but Ramirez let him, and it kind of set up, Ramirez walked Pedraza into a nice overhand right there. Good jab by Pedraza. That was a good right hand by Ramirez. He set Pedraza up with it. And Ramirez kind of boxing with Pedraza right now in the center of the ring. Not just trying to come forward and walk into a counter shot. Good right uppercut by Pedraza, though. Shot a left hand to the body and then brought Ramirez's eyes down and shot a right uppercut and landed it clean. Good shot for Pedraza. Oh, good combination at the end. 3 punches thrown to the body quickly by Pedraza, but it sets up a straight left hand that really knocked Ramirez's head back. Ramirez waves his hand up at the round, but that may have been enough to give it to Pedraza there. Yeah, could be 3 apiece, could be 57-57 after 6, but 58-56, Ramirez makes a lot of sense and may very well be the score too. I get the sense this is more of a 58-56 Ramirez fight after 6, especially in Fresno. Yeah, Pedraza's best round, says Sir Wolf. Yep. Now biased all day. I think a couple rounds ago, I had a guy in here in round 3 said I was doing too much calling for Pedraza. Now are we saying it's too much for Ramirez? Maybe it's just a close fight, guys. These are some close rounds. They're not giving us that much to pick. Neither guy is separating himself from the other fighter that much to where it's like, oh, clearly Ramirez is just dogging. I bet you if they show the punch stats right now, they're about within 5 punches landed of each other. So let's see if more importantly, let's see if someone can actually separate themselves in this fight in the second half. Hell, just for a round. There it is. There's a good right hook and then straight left hand by Pedraza to start round 7. That was a clean shot. It's a good shot by Pedraza to start round 7. ESPN has his 58-56 Ramirez after 6. Could definitely see this 3 apiece, but 58-56, if it's anyone, it's Ramirez's favor. Ramirez with a right uppercut there after Pedraza shot in a good left hand. Good left to the body by Pedraza. And another left to the body by Pedraza. Oh, big left uppercut by Ramirez with Pedraza along the ropes. That was a good shot. And then Ramirez followed up with a solid body shot. There it is. There's some clean work from both fighters. These guys starting to land some clean shots finally in round 7. Up top, they've worked the body well, both guys. Pedraza sniped in some shots, but those were some of the heaviest shots of the fight so far in the first minute of the 7th. Nice left hand by Pedraza. There's a lead left there by Pedraza. Ramirez misses with the left, bangs his gloves back together, still stays on top of Pedraza. Shoots a wild right hand and then a left hook to the body, misses it. Ramirez staying on top, shoots a right hand and then a right hand to the body. Left hook for Ramirez. Pedraza backs away. Ramirez probably with a little edge in this round again because when it's close, he's the guy pushing for the fight. Ramirez with Pedraza in the corner, but good sniper right hook there by Pedraza. And then he gets himself out of the corner. Oh, good left hook by Ramirez, but then a counter right by Pedraza. Good exchange there. Both guys felt it. Both guys felt it there. Good exchange. Nice jab by Ramirez. Pedraza shoots a left off the ropes back. 1, 2, 3 by Ramirez. Left hook caught the top of the head of Pedraza. Pedraza shoots a left to the body. Ramirez just off with a counter uppercut. Nice right hook by Pedraza. Ramirez gets in a good body shot as he took that right hook in. Took one to land one. These are close rounds. Close fight. Again, I don't know if Pedraza is going to get a decision fighting this way in Fresno. I just don't know if he'll get the benefit of the doubt in close rounds like that. Yeah. So close round. Yeah, this is not the easiest fight in the world to judge. But my gut says that Ramirez is winning it. You may think of it as casual. You may want to cue Roger Mayweather. You don't know shit about boxing. Whenever you favor the aggressive guy just for being aggressive, but that's not the case. You favor the aggressive guy when it's close. And you start looking when the action's close to 50-50, that's when it's going to favor the guy on the front foot more times than not with the judges. If you land 6 punches and I land 6 punches, but I was going forward and threw 15 and you threw 12, judge is probably going to give me the round because they saw me coming forward, letting my hands go more. And at the end, we both hit each other the same number of times. So sometimes in close fights, the guy on the front foot gets the benefit of the doubt. That's how it definitely used to be back in the days in Vegas. Good left hand by Pedraza, though, to start round 8. But yeah, this feels probably 4-3 Ramirez right now here in round 8. Pedraza trying to set up that check right hook there. And Ramirez not getting caught with it, shooting a straight right hand in there. Game of angles on that one, game of inches. Ramirez moving his head, coming in. Pedraza makes him fall into a clinch, but then Ramirez gets him out of the clinch and fires in 2 body shots and a solid left hook up top. Good stuff by Ramirez. Good jab by Pedraza after that now. But the jab not stopping Ramirez's momentum. When Ramirez lands his jab, it usually knocks Pedraza's head up a little heavier from the natural 140-pounder. Good straight right there by Ramirez. And then Pedraza tries to snipe back a left to the body, but Ramirez keeping his elbows in. And then shoots a good jab there by Ramirez. Again, Ramirez consistent, been on the front foot all night. Good left hook to the body there, but then he misses with a wild left hook after that. Ooh, good right hand by Pedraza with Ramirez trying to step in with Pedraza near the corner. Another good jab by Pedraza. Good defense. Spins out of the corner for Pedraza. But are those jabs going to do enough to win the fight off of another good jab by Pedraza? And Ramirez shoots 2 shots and misses big with an uppercut. So Pedraza, good little sequence work here. Can he put together something behind that jab now to really get the judge's attention and take this round? Because Ramirez has landed some good punches this round too. Another jab for Pedraza, but he's got to bring something behind it. Misses the left hand. Shoots the left to the body. Pedraza again working that jab, keeping Ramirez at bay. Ramirez steps in with a right. Ooh, big exchange. Ramirez missing with a left uppercut and caught a left hand as he stepped in. Pedraza picking him off here in the last minute. This round started well for Ramirez, but Pedraza is closing that gap right here. Giving us another tough round to score. Good left hand by Pedraza. That was clean. He sweeped it. He hooked it out of the southpaw stance. Now he probably is ahead of this round. Pedraza really keeping the distance, keeping Ramirez at bay. Good, strong last minute plus for Pedraza there. And I think that sweeping left hand that really knocked Ramirez's head up in the last 30 seconds, that gets him the round. So 4-4 or 5-3 Ramirez. Maybe it's even, but I get the sense Ramirez is slightly ahead in this fight after 8, especially at home. But 4-4 is very fair. Very fair. Very fair. We're just calling it like I see it. Sir Wolf saying 5-3 Pedraza. Clear Pedraza round in all caps. Wow, Pedraza is looking outstanding. Calm down. Nobody's looking outstanding tonight. It's a good, solid, super lightweight fight right now. Between got some people laughing watching the telecast, but yeah, we got but it's a good solid fight at 140. There's 77-76 close fight. Chev Cholos even scoring some 10-10 rounds apparently with the 77-76 scorecard. I wouldn't even be mad at a 10-10 round tonight. You know what, though? One guy's the natural 140. The other guy's the natural 130. Again, this is what I'm kind of stressing round to round, is that when both guys are kind of landing the same amount, but one guy's the natural 140, his shots carry more weight in them, and the natural 140's on the front foot, and he's fighting in Fresno, and from Fresno, do you really think Pedraza is winning these close rounds more often than Ramirez is? I would suspect no. But if you're calling it down the middle, could very well be an even fight, 4-4 or 5-3 Ramirez. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 5-3 Pedraza. If you are just you just love that style. You actually favor the guy on the back foot over the front foot. I don't really favor either one. I just deal with the reality that the guy coming forward usually is going to get the benefit of the doubt in a super close fight. But okay, but here, not much in the first minute. Just Ramirez staying on top of Pedraza. Pedraza trying to box, but that first, a good right hand by Ramirez, and then Pedraza slips the rest of it. Minute 40 left in round 9. Bradley feels like a right hand a second ago just buzzed Pedraza. Ramirez moving that head, coming forward, but eats a little bit of a left hand there as he picks his head back up. Good jab by Pedraza. Good left hook to the body by Ramirez there. That's probably been his best shot tonight. Because Pedraza, two nice sharp left hand by Pedraza straight through the guard, but not a lot of weight on it. Not enough to stop Ramirez's momentum coming forward. Nice left hand to the body by Pedraza as Ramirez misses big with uppercut. Good right hand up top by Ramirez, though. Oh, good right hand by Ramirez, and that one stumbled Pedraza a little bit. Ramirez looks like he could be starting to line up that right hand. Pedraza's legs are slowing down a little bit in round 9 now. And he ate a big right hand a second ago. Those legs are slowing down. Another right hand for Ramirez. The right hand starting to land. Nice move by Ramirez with his feet to get that right hand in the right position. Good round for Ramirez now. Ramirez starting to get to him a little bit. That size and that power showing there. Yep. I think Ramirez puts his glove up there. That was a good round for Ramirez. Definitely a clear round. That right hand landed hard twice in the last minute, and I think it's because he's finding the angle on the southpaw, and them legs are slowing down for Pedraza, and so are the slippery reflexes up top. You know, in the late championship rounds, he's been moving all night. He's taking some body work. You could slow down here in these championship rounds. Let's see if Ramirez can maybe hurt him, and we'll see. If Ramirez is as fresh as he's been all night, he has an opportunity, if this guy's legs have slowed down now, to hurt him. So 6-3 Ramirez, maybe 5-4 Ramirez. But he's definitely ahead in this fight now after that round. There it is again, straight right through the center on the replay. Pedraza swollen now around his right eye. Hasn't had that much power to get the respect of Ramirez tonight, but is accurate enough, knows his distance, still a tall guy, even though he came up in weight, so he's boxed well. But let's see if Ramirez can finally start to really crack through here. 99-90 punch count in favor of Ramirez so far heading into the 10th. Ramirez comes out throwing the right hand. Pedraza shoots out a little left hand. Keep him off. Pedraza's back near the ropes. Right hand by Ramirez, but Pedraza shoots a combination in response. Ramirez looking for that right hand now. Pedraza's smart. He might be knowing that now, and he shoots some shots to keep his distance now to get Ramirez back in the center of the ring. Kind of some get off me punches by Pedraza, but doing enough to keep Ramirez from just steamrolling like he wants to get this 10th round going. Good, decent first minute by Pedraza boxing here. When it looked like Ramirez could build off of last round. Another 3-punch combo keeps Pedraza kind of throwing get off me punches here, but doing enough to keep his back off the ropes and keep Ramirez from pinning him along the ropes. Slips the right hand, gets out of there, tries to get back in the center of the ring, but Ramirez keeping him along the ropes. Ramirez should go to the body now. Maybe wants that right hand, but Pedraza, a smart fighter, started preparing for it. Ramirez gonna have to get back to doing what he was doing as he misses 2 headshots. Good adjustment by Pedraza there when he sensed Ramirez was really starting to find something and hurt him. The veteran doing what he needs to do here to survive and actually maybe even winning the round now with Ramirez not able to get anything going offensively. 1 minute left in the 10th. Pedraza, right now Ramirez letting him off the hook, kind of giving him a round here. A quick little 3 punches by Pedraza, just get off me punches, keeps it in the center. Now he's near the ropes again, but Ramirez not firing, not going to that body, which set up the right hand. Can't blame him. It looked like the right hand was starting to get there, but Pedraza not letting him get him out of there just yet now. Good little counter left hand that Ramirez walked into. He did that against Josh Taylor. Ramirez letting the 10th get away from him. He could have maybe put this one away this round. Now he's letting Pedraza still hang around. Good left uppercut by Ramirez there, though. 15 seconds left. If you're Pedraza, don't let this get away from you. This guy gave you this round. Just move your hands here. Good left hook to the body by Ramirez. And that's a round Ramirez really gave away. Pedraza didn't commit to any of his punches there, didn't really do that much effective work. But he moved his hands enough to keep Ramirez off. And it was really more Ramirez, just his offense got blunted again. It looked like maybe in looking for that big right hand again in the first minute, kind of threw his rhythm off because Pedraza's smart fighter stayed away from it. And then now you have to get back into the game plan before you hurt him with the right hand. And so, Ramirez kind of just blunted offensively in the 10th. So 6-4 Ramirez. I got this 6-4 Ramirez. I know some people in the chat, even 6-4 Pedraza. My man True School has it 5 apiece. So it's a close fight. We can all agree with that. What else is the chat got? The Urge, 6-4 Ramirez. Juke, 6-4 Pedraza. Chev Cholos, 6-4 Ramirez. Where's it streaming? Zayrek. There are 2 rounds left. If you want to catch these last 2 rounds, it's on ESPN+. So, all right, round 11. Can someone win these last 2 rounds? Or are they gonna trade rounds, goddammit, 1-1, and we're just gonna be sitting here like, who won? Total jabs, 34-19 for Ramirez. Yeah, I agree. I said throughout, I think Ramirez is out jab Pedraza. Heavier jab. Knocked his head up with it a number of times. Pedraza showing enough energy. The legs are back now when it looked like they were slowing down in the 9th. Bouncing up and down as Pedraza. Ramirez swaying his head back and forth, staying on top of him. Just misses. Oh, Pedraza shoots a left uppercut in as Ramirez missed big with a right hand. That was a nice left uppercut by Pedraza. Gives him the edge in the first minute of the 11th now. Pedraza tricky again, fresh again. Walking Ramirez into shots a little bit here. Good lefts to the body by Ramirez, but those are actually a little bit below the belt line. Referee didn't care. Pedraza slipping shots in the corner. Shoots a double jab, but Ramirez gets out of the way of the straight left. Ramirez staying on top of him. Shoots a right hand through, but Pedraza catches it. Scratch and sniff knife for Ramirez. Not able to consistently land power shots every round. He's gotten some in here or there. Pedraza shoots in the left hand, shoots a left to the body. Straight left by Pedraza. Double jab, shooting a nice double jab setup on the sequence there. Blinded Ramirez with a quick little double jab and sweep the left hand around it. Good round for Pedraza. 45 seconds left. He's ahead in this round. He's popped Ramirez up with a couple of clean shots this round. Ramirez not able to land. Misses there. Misses with 2 shots. Pedraza tightening this one up again. Could be a fight on the table in the 12th. Ramirez not accurate. Missing this round. Missing 2 rounds in a row now. Pedraza frustrating him a little bit. Playing sniper. Better round in the 11th than the 10th for Pedraza. I scored the 10th for Pedraza, but it was more because Ramirez didn't do anything. This round, Pedraza has landed some effective shots, but a good right hand there by Ramirez with 15 seconds left. Another right hand by Ramirez. And another right hand by Ramirez. That Pedraza letting that... A couple right hands landing down the middle there. Again, you don't want to get hit with shots in the last 10 to 15 seconds. That's what the judges remember the most. In the other guy's hometown, you don't want it. But I think Pedraza definitely did enough to win the 11th. 6-5 Ramirez on my card. Second judge here has this 6-5 Pedraza. But this is the official FightHype card. 6-5 Ramirez. He's just the second judge in the background. Shout out to True School. We love him, but on the official FightHype card, we got this 6 rounds to 5 from Ramirez. Pedraza, good 11th round there. Definitely took that one. Just think Ramirez is a little bit of a step ahead. Definitely at home. Close fight throughout. been a little more active, stayed on the front foot, natural 140-pounder with the heavier shots when both guys land, but this fight could be on the table here in the 12th. Here we go, round 12. This has been a tough fight to score throughout. It's been a very technical fight, far from a brawl, but definitely not a snoozer either, but see if either guy can make a statement here in the 12th. Ramirez starts off shooting 3 shots, backs Ramirez to the center of the ring. Tough for Ramirez, who wants to put his foot on the gas here, but as you open yourself up for counter opportunities with Pedraza. Sometimes you got to counter the counter. Good jab by Ramirez, backing Pedraza off. Good straight left to the body by Ramirez, and a nice 1-2 by Pedraza. That was a good left to the body by Pedraza, and then a left hand up top after it. Another straight left by Pedraza, sneaking it in there in between Ramirez's punches. That's why he's a sniper. Ramirez swinging big up top, but Pedraza with good head movement, getting away from it. Good right hand by Ramirez there, but a left by Pedraza returns fire. Jab by Ramirez. Good jab by Ramirez again. Good left to the body by Ramirez, staying on top of him. Got Pedraza in the corner. Pedraza trying to get him out of there. Good left hook to the body by Ramirez. Good sequence by Ramirez there. Good right hand by Ramirez. Good right hand by Ramirez. Pedraza along the ropes. Can't keep up with Ramirez's pace here in the middle of the 12th. Ramirez eats a left to the body, but shoots a right uppercut as a counter. Good counter right uppercut by Ramirez. Ramirez winning this round right now. Just imposing his will and his pressure. Good combination with Pedraza near the corners. Minute left in the 12th. Ramirez winning this round. Scratching and sniffing this one out against a tough veteran, a slick guy, a crafty guy, a savvy guy. 45 seconds left. Pedraza shoots a left hand, but Ramirez able to take most off of it. 40 seconds left here. Ramirez a little ahead in this round. Jab lands for Pedraza, but that's not going to be enough. Left hook to the body by Ramirez. Left hook to the body by Ramirez again. Ramirez just misses with a straight right hand. Good slip by Pedraza. Pedraza shoots the overhand left. 15 seconds left. Looks like Ramirez may have done enough to win this round and win this fight. We'll see. Good right hand by Ramirez near the end of the belt. And that's it. Not a great fight, a tactical fight, a frustrating fight at times for both guys, but they both executed well, but did a lot to offset the other guy. Pedraza, very competent boxer, but Ramirez equally a little bit more competent pressure fighter tonight. I gave that 115, 113 Ramirez. Could even see the judges, especially in Fresno, having it 16-12 Ramirez. Maybe Pedraza will get a draw on the card. I don't think so. I think this will wind up being probably 115, 113, 116, 112 on each of the judges' cards for Ramirez. Thought he did enough to win this fight. Nothing that makes you say, man, he'd beat Josh Taylor in a rematch, or I need to see this fight with this guy. But Ramirez still looks good, still a top 140. And like I said, I suspect he wins this fight on the cards in a minute. And we're going to wind up seeing him face Jose Zepeda for the vacant WBC title. I just feel like that's in the cards next. Hustle, man. 140 is a hot division when the 35-pound kings move up. Yeah, you would think so, but what if we run into the same problems at 40 that we've ran into 135, which is none of them fight each other? But as long as they act, but usually fights get easier to make as careers go along because these guys start to draw more and more money. So these guys are going to be bigger attractions starting off at 140 than they did at 35. So, hopefully that actually makes the fights happen that we all want to see. I am hearing a little bit that Devin Haney really is in the run still for George Kambosos in Australia. So that is good news. Zepeda too small. Nah, his size ain't his problem at 140. He could punch, and he's a solid size at 140. Jose Zepeda. Is he that next level athlete? Stuff like that. All right, here we go. Scores are here. All right. Let's hear the judges' cards. All three score at 116, 112 for the winner by unanimous decision. Jose Ramirez. There was suspense even after Jose because of the names tonight. But Jose Ramirez, 116, 112. I agree with that. Solid cards. Maybe could have been 15-13, but the right man won. Pedraza, I think at times that guy, even though he's a tall guy, being a guy coming up from 130 showed. Ramirez could physically move him and a couple times hurt him with a right hand in the 9th round. Pedraza really nothing to keep Ramirez's forward momentum from stopping. Just did frustrate him and box him well in certain rounds, but just not enough to win the fight. So Ramirez stays back now in the winning side of things, back in the winning column. Jose Ramirez, classy guy. And if I had to guess, he's going to rematch Zepeda for that vacant WBC. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. Am I allowed to bring in one of my Yes, I am. All right. Joining me for this post-fight reaction is the great Ben Heyman, Ben Thompson. What's up, BT? What'd you think of the fight, man?
That's a loaded question. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm still listening to Ramirez's post-fight.
Okay.
Just want to hear what he says real quick.
Josh Taylor rematch. Enchilada Sucias is about Josh Taylor rematch. I don't think Ramirez did enough there. Set the world on fire to where it's like we have to see a rematch with Josh Taylor. But happy to see him back in the winning column.
More than 8 rounds, he said. He said, I think I won more than 8 rounds. Wow.
He's feeling like, okay, the guy was competitive and close, but he wasn't doing enough to actually win rounds against me. I was chasing his ass down, beating his body. You going to give him rounds for touching me a little bit? Because that's how Ramirez is feeling.
Right. I mean,
he's like, this is professional boxing. I'm the one throwing and landing bombs here. Other guys, doing enough, really couple steps up from surviving is what I think
right.
Ramirez is.
I mean, I hear what he's saying, but I don't know, bro. Pedraza was getting a lot of work done. I mean, it was a close fight. Could have gone either way. I got no problem with Ramirez winning.
We High says, I agree, hippie. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you agreeing.
Enchiladas, yes. Ben Thompson is the owner.
Yeah.
Look, now they're talking about Josh's belts.
And I'm sure he wants that rematch. Of course, that's the fight he wants.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but Josh is going to move up to 147.
So, yeah, that's what I mean. So he'll get to fight for that green belt against Zepeda in a rematch.
Oh, you're talking about Zepeda?
Yeah. Ramirez.
I thought you were talking about he wanted the Josh Taylor rematch.
No, I'm sure he wants the Josh Taylor rematch, but I'm saying he's probably going to get a chance to fight for the title again, but Zepeda. It's going to be vacant against Zepeda. Yeah,
right. You think so?
Let me look at the WBC rankings right now. I'm pretty sure Zepeda is the mandatory.
He's the mandatory?
I mean, or I'm just talking out of my ass, but what do I know? I'm only supposed to know this stuff for a living.
You can't have everything memorized.
Right.
What about your boy Tio?
Hold on. Let's see here. WBC, and the number one's Zepeda. See? Okay, so see, I'm not terrible. Zepeda's number one. Ramirez is number two. They're going to fight for the vacant WBC top-ranked main event some point later this year. Book it.
You think so?
I think so.
Why get one belt when you can get two, though?
Let's see. Are they... Well, I think being mandatory for one...
Was this a title eliminator?
No, but he's already ranked number two anyways, and Zepeda's one.
Ramirez is ranked two?
Yeah.
Where is he ranked every place else?
Ramirez is... Well, Zepeda is fifth, and Ramirez is seventh by the Sorry, the internet is slow. WBO has them fifth and seventh, and the IBF has them not ranked because the IBF is usually crazy with their ratings. Even though I like the IBF.
Right.
And the WBA also usually crazy with their ratings, and I don't like the WBA. They are not ranked anywhere in the WBA. So the WBO has them fifth and seventh, and the WBC has them 1 and 2. I'd rather be ranked higher by the WBC anyways. No matter how many belts they give out, it's still the most prestigious, sanctioning body.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This was it was an interesting fight, but it really, just didn't really do anything for me.
Chavalos, no one vacated yet, but I'm just assuming because Josh, there's the business is already done at 140. He's had all the best fights he can have there, and he's talking about 147. I'm just assuming that he's going to vacate, in which case those, Zepeda and Ramirez would fight for that vacant BC. But
right.
Man, who you got tomorrow though? Chocolatito or Martinez?
Well, I didn't like that Martinez didn't make weight. So, and Chocolatito has the experience on him. So just because of that, I would lean towards Chocolatito. But the dude can punch, so if he trades with him, it could be a problem. But I don't think that's what he's going to do, man. I think he's just going to pick them apart and, probably win a unanimous decision. So how do you think it's going to go? You're going to be there.
Yeah, man, I'm hyped, man. This is, at first, sometimes on the site, the numbers aren't going to pop. They're not going to be the biggest for a fight at super flyweight. But I get the sense that all the right people tune in to watch Chocolatito. I feel like the Shakurs, the Haneys, all the top fighters right now, they know how great he is and they're watching. So it's I feel like everybody in the business will definitely be watching tomorrow night. So it's a big fight in those circles, maybe not pay-per-view, blockbuster, that kind of thing. So I'm hyped. I know it's going to be a fight of the year candidate. And I just feel like no one's been talking about Martinez's hand speed. He puts together 6, 7, 8 punches at this stage of his career a lot quicker than Chocolatito, but I still think Chocolatito punches a little harder than him and has the timing, just has those beautiful angles. He finishes up with the right hand and the uppercuts so beautiful. It's good. I just know it really is going to be a fight of the year candidate. I know that for sure. And I do think Martinez is going to piece him up early with those faster hands. But we'll see, man. I don't like him missing weight. I was kind of leaning towards him before he missed weight because of that youth and that speed.
True.
And, True. And I know, I just know their exchanges, just like the Estrada fight, it's going to be exchanges on the highest level, Morales Barrera type of shit, where it's just highlight reel exchange after highlight reel exchange.
Yeah. You're going to do a round by round for that tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Somebody was asking. I figured you were. I just wanted to officially put that out there for the people that were asking. So yeah,
of course.
We'll
and all you crazy
tomorrow.
Motherfuckers tuned in right now better tune in tomorrow night too, please.
You'll be ringside. It's a little different. It's a little different when you're calling it ringside versus calling it at home. You can kind of be a little more loose when you're at home, but when you're ringside, you got to be a little more professional. You got to be quiet. People are around you and everything. So it's a little different.
Different. Yeah. You got. I mean, I got dudes to my left and my right, and they're trying to watch the fight. And like, I think, especially when you know boxing, sometimes you hate when someone keeps talking during a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel for them a little bit, but we gotta call the fight, man. So
yeah.
And plus tomorrow, man, it's the calling the fight is going to be like left hand for Martinez. Oh, and then a left hand for oh my God, what an exchange! But I think Martinez got the better of that. But here comes Gonzalez with a right hand. Now what did I make? It's going to be incredible calling that fight tomorrow,
bro. How was the Canelo Bivol press conference compared to other Canelo press conferences? Like how was the feel there when you were there?
Pretty tip. Canelo's the man. So it's getting to the point now, like where even if he fights a guy like Bivol, who's not a ticket seller, he's the man. It's becoming an event just because it's Canelo, and he comes in there in the $3 million Bugatti, and boss is he's the boss. He's the man. No questions asked. Everybody knows who's the champ. So that's how I would say it is like. In a way, it's bigger than some of the press conferences that you think would have been bigger in the past, like a Cotto, because he's bigger now. So it's kind of just at the point now where it's an event. I mean, he fucking fought Andy Yildirim where the Dolphins play.
Well, how is it in comparison to like? Well, you weren't at the Caleb Plant kickoff press conference, were you? That was in Cali, but you were there. Well, you can't even.
Well, really obviously, compared to the Caleb Plant one, this shit was whack.
I mean, of course, because the shove happened and everything. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably not a fair comparison.
You know what though? You're right, because before Caleb Plant, where we left off last time on Canelo Dragon Ball Z, he was cursing out Demetrius Andrade after Billy Joe Saunders. Then he followed that up by slapping Caleb Plant. For back-to-back press conferences, Canelo cursed someone out and then smacked somebody. So you're right. This press conference was a letdown because he's been on fire with them lately. Look, it was cool. It was a standard press conference. I felt like just from watching it, I felt like it was everyone just kind of going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm here. Let me do the red carpet. Bing, bing, bing. All right. Let me go up on the podium. Bing, bing, bing. All right. I'm out of here. Peace. It really just kind of felt like everyone was just going through the motions. But I mean, listen, when you've been doing it so many times, I mean, I guess that's just to be expected. Someone earlier in the comments, I had to defend you a little bit. Someone said Canelo punked you. I didn't know standing and delivering was getting punked because I believe he said you weren't going to get a question, to which I said no, actually I'm going to get two in real quick, and then proceeded to. That's what I told him. I was like, no, actually he tried to punk him. He did try and say, hey, you already got a question in, but. Nah, you stood your ground and said, don't get me wrong, people. If Canelo hit me with a left hook to the solar plexus, I'm gonna shit my intestines out like this. I'm not delusional here. It's just that I asked my question. I got that one off. But
no, you got it off. It was the best question of the whole press conference, honestly. I mean, everybody's making videos off of it and jacking your audio from it, and yeah, man, it was a great question, and clearly a question he don't really want to answer, right?
He seemed to have known it was coming, which was weird. He seemed to have known I was going to ask it, but he's the best fighter in the world, man. I hope he knows that it's all love. But here's the thing. Here's why I had to ask that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, and I think my boxing eye is pretty fucking good. Floyd Mayweather certified it, but he sees the same thing I see. Look, Bivol. Excellent fighter, strong, super fundamentally sound, just really mentally strong, good fighter. Better BF, strong as hell, but too slow for Canelo. Charlo, super. That's a very mouth-watering matchup. But the only dude I don't just pencil Canelo in with victory is David Benavidez, bro. That's the only guy. I'm not. People talk about resume, and it's just look at the eye test. He has a great jab. He can throw up to 70, 80 punches around. and he has great hand speed, and he punches hard in both hands, and he's tall. He's a big guy, and he has upside still. He's still getting better. And I just feel like that's the only guy, man, that I don't just pencil in Canelo to win. Otherwise, the Bivols of the world and Triple G in this third fight, they're just Robert Guerreros and Marcos Maidanas and Victor Ortiz's being piled up on the ledgers. You know, his Canelo is David. What was Floyd's Canelo fight, you know, or like Bernard Hopkins when he needed to fight Jermaine Taylor. Like this is the fight I want to see at some point.
Yeah, they're asking. Of course, Canelo watches FightHype videos. Everybody watches FightHype videos. They're asking what did you ask Canelo?
So I asked Canelo. I said, look, what you said about you're busy this year and these dudes need to fight each other in the meantime totally makes sense. You're right. And Bivol's a very good fighter, but Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather and really most of the fans are saying David Benavidez is the best fight out there. Will you take that fight? And Canelo says, I don't care what they want. I don't care what they think, in reference to Tyson, Mayweather, and the fans. And I understand that. I understand
I do what I want.
I do what I want. My body, I do what I want. Right. But then I say, well, before he retires, because me and you have talked about that. Canelo's first ballot Hall of Fame, top 5 ever from Mexico, just a great fighter. All we give a shit about, me and Ben, is the Benavidez fight at this point. Like, that's all he got to give us.
Listen,
hey, I didn't mean to put but
listen. I have no issue with him fighting Bivol. I have no issue with him fighting Golovkin. Actually, I think I even told you that that's still another fight I want to see. I want to see him close that chapter with Triple G. I have no problem with that. The thing is, I don't really want to see him fight Bivol. I almost don't really want to see him fight Golovkin. I mean, I want to see him fight Triple G because I want that chapter ended. Yeah. But I'm not really curious to see that fight. I want to see him fight David Benavidez. I want to see, I'll even take Jamal Charlo. I just want to see some different type of blood in there with him other than, like, I definitely don't want to see him fight John Ryder. I do not want to see that fight. And unfortunately, it sounds like they're going to try and cram that fight down our throat.
What do you mean? It's a terrific fight. Canelo, look.
He's going to give you some Eddie Hearn now.
Canelo is a global superstar in the sport.
True.
Look, Floyd Mayweather, and hold me up, maybe blasphemous, but he never fought outside of America, did he? And even Julio Cesar Chavez fought in Mexico, fought in America, but when we talk about global superstar, Canelo Alvarez fighting John Ryder would prove just that. How could you not want to, coming off of a brilliant win, mate, against Daniel Jacobs? You know, honestly, I fancy that he beat Jacobs cleaner than Canelo did. So I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I'm dying for that.
That's exactly what he's going to say. That's exactly what he's going to say. He's going to sell that shit to you. And unfortunately, you guys are going to have to buy that on DAZN pay-per-view for $79.99 or $59.99 if you already have a subscription. Yeah, bro, I'm good on all those fights. I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. Do your thing, Canelo. Get that bag. If DAZN is throwing it at you, go get it. That's fine. But I got to see David Benavidez. I have to see that fight. It's fine that you're going to do these couple fights right now, but bruh, you got to be fighting him next year. It has to happen. I can't go another year.
He's right though. Ideally, David does something in the meantime, man. Whether it's Carlo, whether it's Plant, whether it's I wish he would move up and fight Beterbiev, but that's not going to happen.
He's under lock and key with Top Rank, so that's just not going to happen. But give him Plant. Like, that's the fight that makes sense. Canelo has already fought Caleb Plant. We know what Canelo did to Caleb Plant. Let's see what David Benavidez can do to Caleb, if he can do anything to Caleb Plant. I mean,
what if Canelo says that doesn't cut it because you're just fighting a guy I just beat?
Well, then he's clearly entering the ducking stage. Like, come on, bruh. Like, what do you mean that doesn't cut it? Like, Like, what do you want him to do? Does Makabu cut it? If he moves up to cruiserweight and fights Makabu, then can he get a Canelo fight? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. What did? Go ahead.
He might want to do the Makabu fight. That should be the third fight of the year, because look, you could talk about Makabu all you want. Being the only 5 division champion from Mexico, that has a certain ring to it. That
I think that is what he's going to do. I mean, I know Eddie Hearn wants him to fight John Ryder, but I think Canelo's going to be on some fuck off with that bullshit. Like, what does John Ryder bring? Just like Canelo is saying about Charlo and Benavidez, he has nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. John Ryder has nothing to offer Canelo. If he fights Makabu, however you say his name, like you said, he can become a 5 division world champion. And that sounds like a fight that he can do in Mexico, because obviously he wants to do a homecoming fight in Guadalajara. So that actually sounds like a legit fight that he could do. He could fight Don King's guy for peanuts, like they can just throw him a couple peanuts and Don King, I'm sure, will be happy. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, there's still a lot has to happen. A lot of, we don't even know if Golovkin is going to beat Murata. I mean, I know Lance Pugmire just did an interview with Rick Glazer, and he's supposed to have all kinds of insider info about Murata. He's got all kinds of insider info allegedly, but he seems to think Golovkin's going to get upset. So if Triple G loses, then what does Canelo do? Does he still fight Triple G anyway? He probably will.
Then he pulls the Mike Tyson and goes to Tokyo and fights Murata.
Nah, he'll probably fight Triple G anyway. He'll be like, nah, fuck, I'm gonna fight him anyway. I do what I want.
he'll pull the Morales Pacquiao. Like, oh, you lost to Zahir Rahim? Pay-per-view rematch anyways. Who cares? Just pretend it didn't happen.
Right? That's right. They did do that. Wow, that was crazy. Man.
They're like, Oscar, you lost to Stern, but we got to make this Hopkins fight. And the new. See you in September. Yeah. Maybe that's what they do for GGG Murata.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, GGG has to win. I mean, Canelo has to beat Bivol. That's not. I mean, I think he's going to beat him, but it's boxing, man. Anything can happen. This is the reason why we watch these fights. But yeah, man, I gotta see that Benavidez fight. And to be fair, I gotta see Benavidez in with somebody. I mean, the David Lemieux fight. I mean, I'm a watch, but man, in my opinion, he's going to blast David Lemieux out of there. Like, I don't, David Lemieux's seen, his best years are behind him. And I just don't see him offering anything, especially this is this Lemieux's first fight at 168, or has he fought at 168 before?
No, I believe he's fought at 168 before. I think he might be on a 3-fight winning streak at 168.
Oh, is he? See, that's how irrelevant he is. I couldn't even tell you the last 3 guys he's fought. Like,
I'll tell you.
Who are they? You have to box record. You have to box record, right? Because you have no idea who he's fought. So I want to see David Benavidez.
Yeah, he's 3-0. He's beaten. Well, he won a split against Maskin, Bursak, and okay.
Yeah. Somebody said Pedraza was robbed. Nah, he wasn't robbed. It was just a close fight. Could have gone either way. But I want to see David Benavidez before he fights. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll take that fight right now. But because I know Canelo has got like 3 other fights lined up before we even get to David Benavidez, I do want to see David Benavidez fight a Plant, a Charlo, just, someone with a little more, I don't want to say credibility, because it's not about credibility. It's just someone who's going to offer more of a challenge, I guess, like that's probably the best way to put it. Just someone who's going to offer a better challenge than David Lemieux, who, like I said, I think his best years are far behind him. Although that being said, David Lemieux can punch, so you never know. But yeah, man, give me that David Benavidez Caleb Plant fight sometime before the end of the year. In fact, if I put on my Al Heyman hat and got an opportunity to play with his chess pieces, I'd probably try and make David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant the week before Canelo versus Golovkin.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
That'd be perfect, bro. That'd be perfect, right? Like that's what I mean. if the goal is to get David that Canelo fight, then that would be the perfect plan. Now, that might not be their goal. They might not care about the Canelo fight. So I don't,
So Enchiladas, Suzias, what was it? Oh no, Lee Nation TV. Out of curiosity, why don't you want to see Canelo Bivol? Well, I mean, for me, it's just like, because I know I feel pretty certain Canelo will win the fight, and Bivol is very technically sound, but I don't think he has the athleticism, the hand speed to challenge Canelo in that department. And I just watching him, he fought Umar Salamov and Craig Richards, two tall guys that scream, "Please go to the body." And he wouldn't go to the body. He all shoots ahead shots up top. And I just think that will become a little predictable for Canelo. And Canelo will start to slip underneath that shit and counter to the body really well. I just don't think Bivol wins the fight. It's the reason why I'm not super excited for Bivol or any other fight than Benavidez is really a compliment to Canelo, because I feel so certain he'll beat all of them. About it.
Somebody said blah 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 KB24 blah blah blah, stop worrying about who Canelo fights, start talking why all these other guys keep fighting bums over and over. Same reason why Canelo does.
Need to fight. They do need to fight each other to get their name up. I'm with you. It's just my eyes know what they know is that Benavidez is a fucking monster, and that's the most win or lose. That's a punishing fight for Canelo, and I think Reynoso knows that. Win or lose, that's a guy that's going to get Mike take a pound of flesh.
Right. And I don't, that's such a loaded question. Start asking these guys why they're fighting bums over and over. Like, there's a lot of reason why fights don't happen. I mean, we could talk all night about that, but I do think the fighters that like David, if David could have it his way, he'd be fighting Boo Boo next. Like,
yeah, he would have been fought Plant. And
he would have been fought
next. Yeah.
Right. Like they want the fights. It's just, the people that control the business might not want to make those fights. And a lot of those guys are on different networks. They're with different promoters, and those fights they just become difficult to make. Canelo, on the other hand, is not tied to anyone. He's the one fighter out there who can do what he wants and can fight anyone he wants. So that's the reason why we talk about who's Canelo going to fight, because he actually has a choice. And, the choices that he makes are not necessarily the ones that get me or Sean excited about. So, maybe you are excited about watching him fight. I mean, I'm sure there are a ton of people that are excited.
I know there's a lot of people that the fight for them is Beterbiev. I do know that there's a group of people out there that that's their Canelo fight, not Benavidez.
I think
even Charlo.
I think that's an easier fight for him than Bivol.
Possibly.
I think that's an easier fight for him than Bivol. I think he knocks him out.
I just because I seen him go down a couple times against Callum Johnson in Chicago. So I mean, Canelo, I just think would eat him up in terms of coming forward all night with significantly slower hands than Canelo.
He ain't got to look for him. He's gonna be right there. Like, that's perfect for Canelo. He's like, I mean, shit. If he wasn't with Topper, he probably would have fought him first. So
he
might
be the third fight.
I doubt it though. Top ranks him like, fuck that.
Fuck you. Yeah, right.
You're not taking our belt.
What Canelo will say, but send him an offer, Eddie.
Right.
Send him an offer.
How did they went the distance with Devin Haney and get KO'd by a nobody? These comments come flying. I'd like to see Charlo fight someone for once. Yeah, I listen. I want to see them all fight each other. Like, that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for all these guys to fight each other. Hopefully they make Charlo and Plant. I mean, they were literally just talking about fighting each other, but.
Yeah, Caleb wanted it.
Yeah, Caleb wanted it. Caleb was actively petitioning for it.
Seattle boxing, bro. Y'all tripping. Beterbiev hits too hard to walk down. It looked like GGG won. Okay, I hear you, but Canelo's way better than since GGG won, and his diet program and whatnot.
And GGG is way better than Beterbiev. Like, at least he was then. I mean, I don't know about Triple G now, but
especially in one department in particular, the jab. Triple G had a great jab, and that's really what was giving Canelo problems. Was just is a great thud, and his jabs are almost like right hands. I don't think Beterbiev got the educated jab that Triple G had.
Yeah.
And we don't know if he got an iron chin like Golovkin. Like I said, he's been dropped a couple times against so competition.
Yeah.
It's good because he punches real hard and is from East Europe. Doesn't mean he's Golovkin. No, but he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's like I say all the time, he's a good little fighter. No special effects, but he's a good little fighter.
Big fish. And, how much power does Benavidez really have? Most of his KOs are from accumulation. No, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but lately, since the pandemic, these dudes are they're shelling up. They're shelling up. They are not exchanging with him because he's jabbing their head off and he can shoot off 4 or 5 shots at a time. These guys aren't even getting off at this point. And they feel the power as they're covering up. And they're like, I'm not trying to taste that clean in an exchange because then they will get their lights put out, perhaps, But
Canelo walked through Triple G's jabs. I don't know about that. I don't think Benavidez gives Canelo that much problems with, to be honest. Then he should fight him. He's sloppy, has a bit of power, but not enough. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, we can argue back and forth.
Davis gave Benavidez problems. What problems did Kyron Davis give it? Did
Zero.
Did he win a round on the cards? Like,
yeah, no.
I don't. What is giving problems? If that's giving problems, then Floyd Mayweather had problems every fight, apparently.
Listen, you just said one name, Floyd Mayweather. Another name, Mike Tyson. Those are 2 great boxing minds. Whether you like them or hate them, you cannot dispute the fact that those 2 guys, Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, know boxing. They know it like the back of their hand.
And if you're going to say, for Floyd, whatever, okay, he fought Canelo in the past. Okay, but what about Tyson? Tyson has no reason to hate on, or.
Yeah. But the point being is that they all want to see that fight.
Right.
Talk about, you ask any fighter, when we do interviews with fighters, I mean, you just talked to Bam Rodriguez earlier today. What fight does he want to see Canelo in? David Benavidez. Right.
Bam Rodriguez.
Every fighter you talk to, like, those are the experts. I'm not an expert. Sean's not an expert. We're not the experts. We talk to the experts. And all the experts that we talk to, that's the fight they all want to see. They want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez. Listen, some of you guys in here that are like, Benavidez, he's not going to be. You may be right. But for some reason, all the fighters we talk to, every time we do an interview and we talk about Canelo, that's the fight that they bring up. It's Canelo versus David Benavidez. Fighters, trainers, managers, it doesn't matter who you talk. Well, that's not true. You talk to Eddie Hearn and he won't want to see that fight. But pretty much anyone you talk to,
even Eddie said it's a good fight.
Even Eddie did.
Eddie said it was a good fight.
You're right. You talked to him and he said the same thing. He just said not right now, right? Like in a couple years or something like that. But yeah, I mean, listen. That I think that is a very interesting fight for Canelo. I don't think that fight right there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would favor Canelo just because he's the man, but that might be one of the first fights that I watch him in where I'm like, I don't know if he wins this one.
Exactly.
Because every other fight he's been in so far, other than the first Triple G fight. That was the last time he was in a fight where I was like, I'm not sure. I don't know who's going to win this one. Outside of that, man, every fight he's been in, I expected him to win except for Floyd Mayweather. So I just want to see him in with someone that I think is going to actually be competitive. I don't think Bivol is going to be competitive. I think he's going to, I don't want to say be on his bike, but I think he's probably going to try and employ the same strategy that Sergey Kovalev tried, and it's going to be the same fight. Like, I really think it's going to be the same fight. He might survive where Kovalev didn't. Like, he might go the distance, but if that happens, I think Canelo wins the decision. So I just don't see him winning the fight. I want to see him fight Triple G just to put the nail in the coffin, but that's only because I think he beats Triple G decisively this time.
Body shot.
Right. Like, he may even stop
When I saw Derevianchenko land that body shot, I was like, that's the one that's going to end that Canelo rivalry. That right there.
Yeah.
I think Canelo thought the same thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that's probably why he's like, yeah, line him up. Right. We can go again. No problem. He's done. That's a wrap. I'm going to put the nail in that coffin. So, yeah, like I don't see Golovkin beating him, and I definitely don't see John Ryder or Makavu beating him. So he's cruising through 2022. He's cruising. I mean, we're going to tune in. We're going to watch the fights. We're going to cover the fights. But
of course, and they're not. And I know he's going to win. And again, people will be like, "Oh, you're hating," and it's like, no, bro. I'm saying I know he's going to win because how good he is.
It's not hate because I enjoy watching him knock people out. Like,
no, his style is fun to watch. He's been more fun ever since he went. He's better than ever right now. Like 168 Canelo is on a great diet too, apparently. You were going
to say ever since he moved up in weight. I was going to say ever since he went to the Mayweather School of Boxing, he's become fun to watch. But his
nutrition looks incredible at 68 as well.
It does.
And
it does.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
Yeah, the experts want to see Benavidez. These fucking comments are flying. I'm not used to being in lives like this. So turn you into the veggie. It's the Canelo era. No one beats this dude. See, but that's my point. If no one beats this dude, then what the fuck? What the fuck are we paying for? Why are we watching? Like, why are we paying $80 a pop to watch him if nobody beats him? You know what I'm saying? Like that. That don't sound good. That just don't sound good. Like, I want to see him in competitive fights. And, I mean, I don't want to say that's the problem with boxing, but, a lot of times it's just, it's always about the business. And again, don't get me wrong. I've been covering the sport for a long time, so I get it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not hating on it. Get the bag, be about your business. That's fine. But what I'm saying is you can do that a little bit, but at some point you have to appease the public. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can fuck around and do a bullshit fight here and get a little paper over here. But at some point you got to do a solid fight, and I just feel like it's been a long time, pretty much since the Triple G first fight, since he's been in a legit fight. I mean, I did not think, I think you actually thought Billy Joe Saunders had a little bit of a shot, but
no, I gave Caleb a better chance than
you gave Caleb,
but I didn't think either one of them. I picked Canelo to win by knockout.
Yeah.
Once fight week came, it was like, yeah, Canelo by late knockout, and that's what happened. Billy Joe Saunders, Canelo by late knockout, and that's what happened. Canelo by decision over Bivol, and that's what's gonna happen. Canelo by probably stoppage over Golovkin, and that's probably gonna happen. And if you fight John Ryder, you know what's gonna happen. So 2022, that was awesome. Thank you, Canelo. Hopefully in 2023, we see Benavidez,
I just hope he fights 3 times so we can dip into that Canelo money again.
To see GGG get KO'd by Canelo. No, I think Canelo wins by body shot knockout.
I'll be surprised if he don't KO him. How about that? But
there's always the chance, and I'll be popping this question in the lead up to that fight to everybody. Is it Pacquiao Marquez? Where in 2011, so in between 2008 and 2011, Marquez got blown out by Floyd, beat up Juan Diaz twice. That was kind of what he was doing. Pacquiao became the best fighter in the world and one of the greatest fighters of all time, and moved up and knocked out De La Hoya and knocked out Hatton and knocked out Cotto. You mentioned when you mentioned Pacquiao Marquez, for like, let's see what Triple G's body looks like, right? Like let's see, you know what I'm saying? Let's see if Triple G goes and has a little bit of that Mexican beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, he very well could, so we'll see. Cause that fight is going to have to be at 168, right? Yeah.
So that'll be Golovkin's first fight at 168, right? So yeah, I mean, who knows, man? Maybe it very well could end up like Pacquiao Marquez. What was that? 14?
Well,
15?
3. I mean, but 3 is the one heading in where people thought this is where Pacquiao stops Marquez heading into fight number 3.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying it could look like
could
Pacquiao
wind
Marquez
up
4
Holy
is what I'm
shit.
saying.
Well,
It could be like that.
I'd say Pacquiao Marquez 4, along with Fury Wilder 3, is the best fight I've seen in the last 10 years.
I actually thought Pacquiao when Pacquiao Marquez fought that 4th time, I thought Marquez was washed and was about to get sparked by Pacquiao, and it was at first. But yeah, man, he pulled it off. So I mean, that very well could happen too. Where people are kind of, writing off Triple G, especially if he looks bad against Murata. But where people are writing him off, and
he
then
said,
all of a sudden,
KB2481, Bivol is not getting TKO. Guy is a monster. You guys don't know boxing at all. Me and Ben were in our seats ringside to see him knock out Cedric Agnew in 2 rounds 5 years ago when you probably didn't even know who the fuck he was, KB.
Who did he? Bivol is not getting TKO. I don't think I said he was.
I said he's losing by decision.
TKO. I thought and
it's all love, KB. We're just having fun.
I feel like it's gonna look like the Kovalev fight, but he'll probably last the distance. I feel like he's a little bigger, a little durable, a little younger, a little fresher than Kovalev. So I think Canelo will probably he'll land some big shots, but he might not be able to get him out of there. So I don't necessarily think he gets knocked out.
No, he strikes me as a strong-willed guy too. With his demeanor, he strikes me as a mentally strong kind of guy too. Maybe not the type who's gonna open up, the offense and take a whole bunch of chances when he starts losing, but definitely doesn't strike me as a guy who folds once he starts losing either.
Right. Right. Look at Ron in here, Fighter IQ. Ron, you should jump in the Zoom too. We're chilling. Oh, I'd have to send you the link though.
KB, it's all love, man. I just you got to know that. I know. We came at him over the Bivol.
We're just joking.
Yeah,
Where's your boy True School? Is he still chilling over there? Should have gave him the link.
True School.
Should have gave him the link.
He could have for a minute, man.
He could have jumped on. He could have jumped on with his phone.
Did you want to jump on with your phone for a minute? No, we probably. Cool. Hey, man, me and him might need to go get to some NFL blitz out here in San Diego, bro, before fighting. What up? You all see who it is? It's the young bull.
The untouchable.
FightHype. We keep the young bulls around us. Sometimes we keep that young bull, the up and coming energy. Keeps us grounded. But yeah, True School in the house.
Right. See, we got love for other channels. They be saying, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got love for other channels. You
know what? Here, let me unplug this.
Not all channels, but we got love for a few of the other channels out there. True School Sports was popping.
What's up, man? I used to have my little perception of FightHype before I got to know Ben a little bit.
He barely knows me. Wait, what was your perception of FightHype? Please tell the people
that you guys were you were Floyd hype, man. You would go to Floyd's house and you would just say wow and everything you said,
But wait. Fair enough. We were Floyd hype, but what about all the other content we were posting? Were you just not paying attention to that and
consuming it, ungrateful?
No, I watch everything, man. But I'm talking about years ago. That's what I thought. Years ago.
That's fine. I'm talking about years ago too, though.
Yeah.
We didn't just cover Floyd. We covered everyone. We were at the shit we do now is the same shit we did then. But like you said, we had a reputation of being Floyd hype, right? But my question is why? Why did you personally have that idea that we were Floyd hype when we were covering everything? But you probably were only paying attention to the Floyd stuff, right?
Yeah.
But we were covering everything. We were covering Pacquiao fights. We were covering everything. But were you a Pacquiao fan?
Yeah, I was going a bit more.
See, that's what it is.
I like them both now, though. I like them both.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay. This is not. There's so many people that have, they follow the fighters they like, right? They fight for them. They're gonna die for them, And I get it. If you were a diehard Pacquiao fan during that time period, then you probably hated FightHype because they had that fucking Floyd Mayweather on there all the time. So I get it, bro. I get it. But trust me, man, I try and cover everything, bro. Everything, whether it was Floyd. The only thing I was doing when that period was going down with Floyd and Pacquiao.
Wasn't at Pacquiao's house though.
Listen,
he wouldn't let it. You would have been, huh? If he would.
I would have been, and that's not even true because we were inside Pacquiao's camp on several occasions. In fact, we were getting it, bro. I was cool with Alex Ariza. You know this,
right?
You know this, Sean. Like, I was cool with Alex Ariza, his strength and conditioning coach. So we were getting stuff all the time from them. So yeah, man, it's just, it's just a misconception that people had just because they see, if you didn't like Floyd Mayweather, then you hated FightHype, period. Like, that's just what it is. And there are a lot of reporters out there.
Everybody hated Floyd Mayweather. Almost everybody did.
A lot of people did. And that's okay. That's okay. It's, it is what it is. That's what boxing is, bro. Like, we're all fans of the sport.
Why are you guys still up? Because the fights don't start until 3:00 in the afternoon, and we can stay up late. It's pretty much
because this is early for me, bro. I'm up these hours of the night all the time. I'll probably get a phone call from somebody. So yeah, this is just
no
normal.
Point. Well, but you here, man. You here. So obviously there's a point. There's something keeping you here.
There's no point to it. Yeah, I don't know. We got sidetracked on that. But yeah, I'm glad True School has got a different view of what we do over here now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a misconception, bro. It's and actually it wasn't even a misconception, bro. I liked it so much. I actually went out and bought the domain name FloydHype.com. I don't know. Do I still own it? I might still own it. Let me see. If you go to FloydHype.com, I think it will take you to FightHype if I still own it.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. It will literally redirect you.
Yeah, it does. It does. Hell yeah. Everybody go to FloydHype.com. It should redirect you to FightHype. Yeah, I bought that. I love that. I didn't mind. Listen, if you want to associate my website, my channel with, at the time, really probably still, honestly, the biggest name in boxing, please, by all means, please do it. But that's,
Tito.
What'd you say?
We love you too, Tito.
What'd Tito say?
He was giving us love. He was like,
I appreciate you, Tito. Yeah, that's a whole FightHype got its own Funko Pops. Yeah, we sure do. Oh, damn. I can't reach it, Ron. We sure do. We got our own Funko Pops.
Yeah, man. Me and him, we might get on some NFL Blitz, NBA on NBC. That shit closes at 2 a.m.
Didn't you guys do that already? I thought you went and did that.
Because I didn't know this fucking card wasn't going to start until like midnight. So otherwise, I'd have got that shit in already.
Right.
But priority, man. Like I gotta get in some NFL Blitz while I'm out here. Those cabinets, them old school cabs are so hard to find that they get more and more scarce. Like you can't find that shit back home in Las Vegas.
Right. Yo, B, that dude is he is a lame ass. That's all. I mean, listen, we can be here all night. I see a couple people who got Spence, blah blah. We'll talk about all this stuff in other lives and whatnot.
I think the power will be the difference in that fight. They're both big.
Ugas Spence.
Yeah, they're both big welterweights. Maybe Ugas has a little bit better boxing IQ than Errol, and that could be. I'm not counting out Ugas, but I just think both guys will be able to have success, but Ugas won't be able to hurt Spence, and Spence will be able to hurt Ugas.
Right. Simon Hernandez, that is not true. Up all night, no coffee, no beer, no cannabis. Yeah, no coffee, no beer.
The first three.
Well, the first three? No, the first two. Well, up
two,
no.
wait, 2 out of 3. You're right. No.
Right. Yeah. No. The third one, that is a yes.
And that is a great comment by B.
That was a great comment. Absolutely. But yeah, no, listen, thoughts on Ryan Garcia, bro. We can do this all night. Thoughts on Ryan Garcia. Good little fighter. Can't wait to see him return.
He has really fast hands and he's really tall for a lightweight and can punch pretty hard. He's got some tools there that he should, sharpen up all the way, and he could be a pretty damn good fighter. But
I just wonder how long he's going to be in the sport. My only question, because, once you get in the sport and you get some celebrity, you get some money, you get some fame, you get some celebrity, it's hard to stay. It's not staying focused. That's not what it is. It's hard to still love it, I guess. It's hard to still love taking punches to the face when you know there's other avenues for you to make money to
Something
still.
That really impresses me about Canelo.
Right. No. Yeah. Well, that's what impresses me about guys like Canelo, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, even Terrence Crawford. Like, those dudes really love to fight. Like, they like that shit.
Crawford loves to fight. Yep.
Yeah. Like, they like that shit. Like, they like punishing people. They like taking punches. Like, and that's hard to keep when you've been doing it since you were a kid. Like, that's hard. That's really hard. And I'm just not sure if Ryan Garcia is going to be one of those long-term type of fighters, especially because, I mean, look, when he came, when people really started covering him, he was already like huge. He already had a huge following. Everything he does in boxing just elevates it. And, I mean, I believe he's already got a movie offer. He's working on some movie or something like that. He's getting all kinds of endorsements and stuff like that. So it's going to be hard for him to still keep that love of, eating punches and delivering punches to people's faces, so we'll see what happens. Right now, we get to see him fight. What's that guy's name? Tego? Tego's got to go.
It's a scouting report. I know you've actually seen this man fight.
Yeah, I saw him fight once. He trains in my area. He trains in South Florida.
Really?
Yeah, he's been in camp with like Xander Zayas, George Kambosos. He's used as a sparring partner for them down there in Florida.
Okay.
Doesn't have a ton of pop, good gas tank, crafty, can smother punches, but nothing.
So he has no chance.
Not much of a chance, no.
He's very confident. We'll give him that. He's very confident. Right.
I mean, everyone I've talked to back home in Florida says that he's like the hardest guy they've ever sparred. That counts for anything. Sparring fight, but it's like 5 fighters told me the same thing. Tego is really, really difficult to deal with in the gym, in the ring, sparring.
Maybe he can get underneath Ryan.
Yeah.
Do you guys
conditioning is great? Like, he's gonna be in shape. So,
do you guys think he should have stayed with Eddie Reynoso?
All things working correctly, if in fact Eddie wasn't the problem and it was, he really did have time for Ryan, then I just think Reynoso right now is clicking on all cylinders more than Joe Goossen. And I don't think Ryan needs to learn some defense. And I don't think Goossen really brings that to the table. I think Goossen makes sure you're in shape. He's kind of like a little bit of in the similar vein of Freddie Roach. Like, you're going to be in shape, and you're going to have your combinations working, and your punch numbers are going to be up there. But he's not going to, all that bending at the waist stuff, Reynoso was teaching him, and maybe counter punching. I don't think Joe's going to excel at that like Reynoso. Reynoso got some of the best drills in the game right now. Like, that's what jumps out to me. I mean, we don't get to really see them in the
but
gym.
You see enough of it though.
Yeah, like his drills are really good.
Yeah.
Repetition. Yeah.
You
slip, bomb, and he makes these guys put everything on every shot. So,
what do you think? Do you think that's the real reason why he left? Because Eddie doesn't have time for him?
No, I believe Reynoso's word over Ryan, because Reynoso's track record, and I don't hear any complaining from Frank Sanchez. I don't hear any complaining from Oscar Valdez. Like, look what he's done with Frank Sanchez. Eddie, first of all, Ryan's Mexican, so of course, and Eddie's super proud to be Mexican, so that's always going to mean something. So I imagine he wanted to go far with Ryan Garcia. He's like a Bill Belichick, and you see this quarterback with a monster arm, and you're like, damn, if this kid would let me coach him up, he has all this potential that I can do a lot with. So no, I think like if he's able to do what he did with Frank Sanchez, who long-term doesn't have the financial appeal of Ryan Garcia, and look, he's got Frank Sanchez now knocking on the door of the top 10, looking towards a title shot. It worked fine for him. It worked fine for Oscar Valdez. I got to look at you as the problem, because with everybody else, the problem hasn't been Reynoso. Julio Cesar Martinez became champion under Reynoso. He's fighting Chocolatito tomorrow night.
Right. True.
Now, although he's not in the best of shape because he's overweight, but I just mean...
Well, he's a replace. But I give him a pass, though, because he was the replacement. So even though he did find out early enough to still make weight, that's still kind of lame.
And when it's talk about building your brand and stuff, it's like, bro, you haven't even become world champion yet. You know, like
right.
The brand building and all of that, like all this. It's like these guys just turned on Floyd Mayweather's career in 2009 and just, you know, and I
think a lot of them did. I think a lot of them did.
The only way to navigate their career or something, like
right. Yeah.
Without the context of him doing everything he did from 1996 to 2007. Oh, like fighting.
I don't
pay-per-view and
I don't think Ryan, I don't know if he left because of Reynoso. I mean, I think that's what they're saying.
Right.
But I think it has something to do with Canelo, actually. I think something, you know, like, listen, fighters
fucker out of here.
I mean, fighters have egos, bro. Fighters have egos, right? Like, fighters have egos. And I think, I don't know, man. I think maybe, you know, Canelo was, you know, he's big bro, but I don't know if Ryan really liked him being big bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I feel like Ryan probably felt like, man, I'm a star too. You know, like, I don't know what you're talking about, Canelo. I'm a star too. And I just feel like
you should just absorb from Canelo what you can and learn from that.
Well, that's easy. That's easy for us to say, being on the outside. Like, we're not Ryan, and we're not the one with the ego. Like, we're not the one who thinks I'm all that and a bag of chips.
Canelo, maybe not always the friendliest with his advice at times. You saw in the dressing room after Valdez, you know, beat Conceição.
Yeah.
He kind of was talking to him, you know, sunning him like, hey, man, you didn't do this. You didn't do that. You're supposed to. Right.
Right there. The sunning. I think that is, and again, that's what we see. Who knows what it's really like to be in the gym and getting that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I think it might have had something to do with that. I think he got sunned one too many times by Canelo, and he's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. So, you know, I unfortunately, Eddie's the one that's probably got to get the blame, because they don't want to, you know, they really don't want to piss off Canelo.
Ryan is American and Canelo is Mexican, different worlds. I do know this. For a while there, my best friend was from Ensenada, Mexico, and they were very like not tough love isn't the right word. Like, they'll be dicks to you and make you feel stupid so you learn something. Like, they're not going to patty cake it. They're going to be like, my friend would be like, you don't know how to get home, you know, on the bus yet? And I go, no, I just make sure I get off at the same stops. And he's like, you're a fucking idiot. You're supposed to read the signs. And it's in their culture to not always baby cake it, to not play with you delicately when they correct your wrongs. And so maybe Cheb Cholos has something, you know, there's something to that. Is not, and also a generational thing. Like, Ryan is not only from America and Canelo's from the old school, from Mexico, but he's younger than him. And the social media generation, some people would say, is more sensitive than the generation previous to it. And, you know, maybe he's got a point there. But
I do think this social media age is way more sensitive. And I'm not saying, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not saying it as though it's a bad thing. I mean, maybe it's a good thing that we're more sensitive about stuff. I don't know.
Right.
But I do think they are a lot more sensitive. You know, when you're bombarded with comments, especially negative comments, which, you know, 8 out of 10 comments are all negative. You know, most of the time people don't really leave positive comments. They just want to comment when they got something negative to say. Trust me, I know 30,000 videos worth of comments. I've seen a lot. And it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, it's very easy to say, oh, I just ignore that stuff. I tell you, Sean, I tell you all the time, like, I don't read those comments, just ignore them, this, that, and the other. But every now and then, you can't help but to go look at it. And you'll see one that does, like, oh man, fuck you. You know, it does get to you, you know, and
the whole fucking day, man.
yeah. I mean, we're humans, you know, we're humans and we have feelings, and, you know, some people are more sensitive than others. And, you know, someone in Ryan's situation, and again, I don't know everything he went through with the anxiety and the mental health break and all that stuff, but I imagine his social media pages probably had a big effect on that. You know, I mean, this guy gets thousands and thousands of comments, and I'm sure DMs, and just a lot of nasty people that, oh, fuck you, you're this, you're that, this, that, and the other. And he's been getting it since he started on social media, which was a decade ago, probably. So yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. That's why I was telling you, I don't know how long he's going to be in this sport. I think he might be one of those guys that, you know, he get, like, I do think he'll probably be a champion.
A world title. Yeah. He's
right.
He'll be a world champion.
Right. Like, I do think he'll be a world champion, but then, he'll probably get a couple wins, but then he might have a what?
Might get an acting gig.
He'll get an well. I think before that happens, he'll probably have a Barrera Prince Nassim Hamed moment where he gets in with someone and it's really bad. Like, it's a really bad outcome. And then that kind of starts him not loving the sport like that anymore and just going in another direction. I mean, that's what happened to Ahmed. I mean, how many more fights did Prince Nassim Hamed have?
They have had one more.
Right.
Or like, he may have retired right after that. I think he may have retired because I'm thinking
I'd have to box wreck it. I don't even remember.
I think he retired after that, I believe, Hamed, because I think he did, because Trinidad, after, a lot of people don't remember, actually Trinidad had one fight after Bernard beat him.
Tito? Yeah, he fought
or something like that.
What was that guy's name? What was that?
Sharif or something like that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's funny. Wow.
Rico.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people remember it like Hopkins beat him and then he retired, but he actually had a little fight in Puerto Rico and then retired. But no, Prince Nassim, I think he
had one more fight. He went back to London. He went back to the UK.
Against Gianni Bungu?
No, Manuel Calvo.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, that dude went on to like fight some top names years later.
Calvo? Yeah,
I think he hung around for a little while.
Yeah, till 2004.
Yeah.
I don't, we'll see how. Listen, man, this boxing game, it's more than just what you do inside the ring, man. It's more, and honestly, I think that's what we're starting to see with a lot of these guys, with Teofimo Lopez, and there's these guys have, you basically go from boys to men in the sport of boxing. I mean, you're boxing from a kid until you're a man. And we're watching this all happen while their lives are going on outside of the ring. And as you, I don't know how old most of you people are in this chat, but I'm in my 40s, so I've seen a lot. I've lived a lot of life already, and I've had a lot of stuff happen in my life. And these guys are just now starting to have those things happen in their life, and that's going to affect them. It's going to affect their performances. I think Tio's lost to Kambosos. In my opinion, I think it's on record. Like, he had some stuff going on outside of the ring that probably affected him, probably affected his training, probably affected his mental going into that. Now, is that an excuse for the loss? No, but it is a reality. It is a reality that these outside things happen, and they do have an impact. So, yeah, it's not easy getting through the sport, man, especially if you don't have a good team around you.
That's why we're talking about it, covering it, and not doing it.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, I'd much rather talk about it and watch what's going on and listen to people's problems than actually participate in them.
You said in this sport that they come from boys to men, and I think on that note,
Nah, don't do that. You're trying to get us a copyright strike.
You cut the copyright, can't you?
I got it. No, I don't want a copyright strike. Well, not a copyright strike, but we'll get flagged and this whole live will be for nothing.
Okay, all right. Well,
but this is the end of the road. Like I gotta. It's like fucking 2 a.m. I still got work to do and shit.
The bar arcade closes at 2. So
yeah, I got some video. I'm sure I got some videos to chop up still. So yeah, tomorrow night. I'm not sure what time we'll be going live, but at some point before the Chocolatito. Who's is there? Are we going to be doing any of the?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the undercard is not really that great, so we'll probably be going live. Like I don't know, shortly before 15 minutes or so before the main event starts. We'll go live tomorrow night, and probably won't be chopping it up like this though because we're going to be working. Sean's going to be at the fight. He's going to actually be getting videos, so I'm going to have to work.
One priority is to get Canelo's reaction as soon as the fight's over.
You think he's going to be there? I don't think he's going to be there. I'm going
to say he will.
We'll place bets. Everybody put your bets in.
Will Canelo be ringside tomorrow? I think Martinez missing weight hurt the chances of it, but I'm still going to say yeah because the man literally lives down the fucking street.
Right. Well, I don't know. I'm saying he's not going to show up because he does what he wants. And he don't want to go to that fight because he's fucking Canelo Alvarez. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sean, is there anything else you want to let them know before we what is quick picks for tomorrow? We already said them. You're picking are you picking Chocolatito?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I really just want to be like, I picked the fans. Like everybody always does that to me when I interview them, God damn it. So let me do it for once. I think the fans win tomorrow night then.
The fans win tomorrow night. I do think the fans will win tomorrow night. I'm leaning towards Chocolatito.
No, Martinez, one thing, he tapers down a little bit in the second half of the fights. Roman gets better as the fight goes on. And Martinez, so I think Martinez will get off to a good start. And he's got the faster hands right now, but his combinations, his combinations are incredible, but he's a little one-dimensional. He gets that same rhythm, and then everything's around the guard. Hook. And Roman got a beautiful straight right. He shoots that bitch through the center up top and to the body. So I think he starts shooting that, picking that in the middle, and he shoots those uppercuts through the center really nice, too, underneath. I'll give the edge to Roman. But Martinez is going to piece him up early in the fight.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. We'll do the round by round. Obviously, we'll also have post-fight press conference. Just post-fight coverage, period. Sean will be live. We'll try and hopefully the Wi-Fi is good and we'll be streaming all that, trying to get reactions and all that good stuff, just like we normally do. Thank you all for tuning in. Sean, parting shots before we bounce.
NFL Blitz 2000.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in, man.